Welcome back to Smash 101, your one-stop shop for learning about competitive Smash. Whether you're a beginner trying to get into spectating or anything in between, I got you covered. I hope you've recovered from last week's episode because this week we're getting into the nitty-gritty of recovery. We're going to be talking about the variations in recovery height, think high, mid, low, how you can use those variations to your advantage, and how to defend yourself from people trying to chase you off stage. Hope you guys enjoy another Smash 101, and I'll see you guys next week, Friday. So how do you know how you should recover? Well, let me categorize the types of recovery for you. Generally, we have three types of recovery. We have a high recovery, a mid recovery, and a low recovery. So let's start off with the high recovery. So say that my opponent knocks me off stage, I just double jump high, and I try to get back to the stage with like an air dodge, with maybe since I'm zero suit, I can use my down B as well, right? So I can down B and jump and get back to the stage like that. Basically, you try to go over the opponent, go back to the stage directly, and avoid direct confrontation through that. However, if your opponent is ready for this, you are using a lot of resources, which makes you more predictable. So if you don't have your double jump, you cannot adjust your air trajectory very easily, which makes it easier for your opponent to intercept you. So while this is a lot more higher reward, because you skip the corner of the stage, you just go back to the center of the stage, you have a strong positioning from there, it also has more risk because you're less flexible. So talking about flexibility, now we can look at a mid-height recovery. So mid-height recovery is all about trying to stay like just about level with the stage and recovering from there. So it's mostly about being able to mix up a lot of options, right? So from a mid-height, zero suit can do a down B to the ledge, zero suit can go a little bit low and up B to the ledge, zero suit can tether the ledge, zero suit can air dodge to the ledge. She has so many options that it's hard to read what exactly she's gonna do. So mid-level recoveries are very unique because not every character can do it. A character like Mario doesn't have the air speed or the double jump height or the special moves to do a proper mid-level recovery. So see if your opponent can do this. A character like Fox, for example, can do this quite easily, and if your opponent can do that, you need to be ready to counteract a very horizontal recovery like this. Now the final one is the most common one, which is the low recovery. And the low recovery kind of looks like a U shape. So if my opponent hits me off stage, I'm going to let myself drop down, and then double jump and up B, which gives me a very strong vertical boost of mobility. This is the best way to recover for a lot of characters because most up Bs have a hitbox above the move, which makes it hard to contest the move vertically. So most characters will not be able to beat you while you are recovering like this. So look at which of these options is best for your character. Would you rather go high? Would you rather go mid? Would you rather go low? Most characters prefer to go low, but see what works for you and what you find comfortable. The final thing I want to highlight is that recovery is not just about making it back to the stage, it's also about making it back to the stage without your opponent being able to hit you. So good players will go off stage and try to hit you while you're trying to make it back to the stage. What you need to do then is defend yourself. So keep in mind, recovery is not about just recovering, it's also about mixing up some moves just like that and then still making it back. So think about your character and think about which moves can be good for defending yourself. Oftentimes this will be your forward aerial, but like we highlighted before, your forward aerial might not always be the best aerial in your kit. You might want to use your neutral aerial or maybe even jump over them to avoid them completely, or maybe even use your neutral dodge, which is less laggy than the directional dodge, to avoid them and recover from there. So don't just focus on making it back to the stage, also think about how your character can defend themselves with defensive maneuvers or offensive maneuvers, and from there make it back to the stage. So that's what we got for this week. Now you are an expert on recovery. Hope that was useful for you, and stay tuned. Of course, we're going to be back next week with a new topic and some more amazing information. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and of course, stay smart.